Good morning, everybody. Hello, class. Silence. Please, silence. Be quiet. 1, 2, 3. Silence, please. Okay, now that you're in this position, today we're gonna be talking about something special that is very rude in our Colombian culture. Can you guess what it is? No ideas? No worries. Today we're gonna be talking about cuentos de la abuela, or in English, that is grandmother's tales. And I don't know if you have ever heard about one of these famous stories that our grandparents used to tell us. Andres, what about you? Oh, mister, me, can I participate? Because once my grandmother told me a spooky tale about La Llorona, and since that moment I heard that story, I thought for myself that I will never go out at night late. That's right, Andres. Thank you so much for your example and your participation. And as you were saying, indeed, these tales, the main purpose of them was to teach children lessons. In this case, the lesson is being careful at night. These stories not were also just for fun or having entertainment, but these tales carry with them knowledge, history, and also tell us about the environment of that age. And beyond that, these tales also tell us about the life and belief, yeah, something that the people used to believe of our ancestors. But teacher, you know what? That tale that my grandmother told me was so years ago, but I don't know what these kind of tales have like this way of sound like old-fashioned, like nobody talks in that way currently. I don't know what happened with that. Okay, and there's the point that you spot is a good observation for this class, and I'm totally agree about what you're saying, but I'm going to explain you the main reason. Because the way these stories are told is part of their charm, right? The language, the expressions, even the poses and the repetition of the parts of the story are part of their tradition. But sometimes, with these stories are told in a modern Spanish, but some other has their original idiom, their original language. Because maybe the feeling cannot be the same as it used to be in the age before and how it could be currently. That's what we call the subsumption effects, when another way of speaking influences in how we speak today, even if we don't notice. Oh, okay, mister. So, for instance, it's like for when my mom calls me every time my hijo, even though if she speaks like a modern Spanish, can be related with that? Exactly, Andres, you're right. There are also some phrases, some words, some ways of speaking that are from the rural areas that make their way into our everyday talk, especially if you grow up hearing them all the time. But Andres, let me ask you something. When your grandmother told you that you're on a tale, her purpose was just to scare you, or what do you think? You know what, mister? Now that you tell me that, I guess not. Now I can think that she was also telling me to be careful at night and to stay close at home. It feels like a kind of way that she was protecting me through telling me that kind of tales. Now I think, or I can say that I'm grateful for my grandmother told me that story. That's right, Andres. You're mentioning something that is so important in our language and that we use in our everyday life communication, and it's the intention behind the message that you're receiving, right? That is important. It is not always about what the people say, but can be about why it is that said. And that's what we call in language the pragmatics. Because it's about how we use the language to achieve our purposes and have our communication effectively. Yeah, she could tell you the story about the Roman tale, but she had another intention behind that story. And it was about to take care about when you're going out at night. Okay, mister, so it's like, for instance, if my grandmother calls me my tesoro, even when she's mad at me, this could be like a way of her for showing me that they love me, even when she's upset, could be. I couldn't agree more, Andres, about what you're saying, and that's right. The way that we express ourselves is shaped about the culture, or the experiences, or the language of those ones that came before us. Now, I want to everybody think about a story that you have ever heard about your grandparents, or it could be an older relative, and try to think why it was told as it was. There was a meaning behind that story that you heard, or was just for entertainment, or just for scaring you. Think about what we were discussing in this classroom, and see you in the next class, guys. Bye bye.